Kick me one of them funky ass beats.
But I'm gonna get you high today. Cause it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Diamond Rivera, and we are back at it with the Live Discussions with Diamond podcast. This is episode 187, and what you just saw was a recap dating back to 2020 from the Atlanta Salsa Bachata Festival. And before we get started, this episode is sponsored by Tu Bachata Radio. As well, you can catch this episode on Spotify and other streaming platforms. And today, people, we are taking our talents all the way to the ATL. And our special guest tonight needs really no further introduction. We have here representing the ATL, the one and only Erick Ordonez.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, I'm episode 187, so I'm killing folks over here, man. Look at it. I'm killing folks.
We're killing them out here, safely. We're killing them safely with words. But, Erick, man, thank you so much again for coming onto the podcast. As we talked privately, you're a busy man. You're putting in long hours, but, you actually have an amazing event coming up at the end of this month, the Atlanta Salsa Bachata Festival. So I think it was most important to bring you on to help us give some more information, but also learn a few little things about you, Erick, besides, the dance stuff, other things as well.
Well, I appreciate that, man. I thank you for having me. I'm very honored, as I told you before. I don't think myself as anybody special, man. I'm just a normal guy. To be honest with you, I feel like I'm a nerd with everything I do. And to be able for someone like you and other people to recognize what we're doing, it's an honor for me. Thank you so much for having me on your show. Like I said, I'm just a nobody. So I
mean, for you can be a nobody, but to me, you are somebody. And for me as well, having this podcast is meant for people like you because we see people just from kind of a recap almost. We see little highlights of their lives on Facebook and YouTube. But also, I think it's important for people to understand and connect with you as a human being. I mean, you even sharing with us, you working with NASA, which is like blows my mind. But it goes to show that some of the people that you admire, the stuff they do in the real world is even more impressive. But, first of all, Erick, as I do with all my guests, we kind of take things back before we get to where we are currently. So kind of give us a little summary of who Erick Ordonez is, even from the Alabama days. How did you get, or how did dance kind of fall into your life?
Well, for me, I tell everyone I'm nothing special, and I came from nothing special. I started dance because of what happened to me at work. I was an alcoholic. I one night had too much to drink, overslept, had an important meeting, and was late to work. So I ran straight to work, and my boss smelled alcohol on me and told me, "You got to go home." I thought I was fired. Luckily for me, I had a great boss, and he told me, "You need to find a new hobby." And salsa was it. There was a salsa class. I saw a Facebook ad, and this is back in the day when Facebook was just starting.
Yeah.
I saw a Facebook announcement for Salsa Eddie teaching classes in Houston at the Roomba Club. And so I always loved music. If people don't know, I used to work a radio DJ, and I used to work on country radio,
Okay.
top 40 radio. I used to be a wedding DJ, so I played all the music. So I was into music, and so when I saw the salsa, I was like, hey, let me check it out. I've seen so much about Houston and the dance scene. Let me check it out. And to be honest with you, I was horrible. I fell on my first day of class, and I didn't go back. And my teacher, Salsa Eddie, called me and was like, hey, what happened to you? You paid for a month and you only showed up for day one. And I told him, I embarrassed myself on the first day of class. And I told her, well, dance isn't for me. You saw yesterday and last week. And Eddie was a real great guy. He said, why do you want to dance? I said, because I need something to do, and I believe I can be a dancer. I like it. He says, that's all you need. And he took me under his wing. He gave me extra classes, and I fell in love with it. And I fell in love with the people. My family from the Roomba Club in Southwest Houston, every Friday night we were together. It was clockwork. And I was by myself in Houston. I wasn't married at the time. I didn't have family in Houston. I was a 25-year-old kid that just graduated college and was by myself. And they brought me in, and the diversity, the inclusion. We had Puerto Ricans, Cubans, African Americans, Jamaicans. I had my dance partner was from London, England.
Wow.
It was just, and that's what I love about it. Dance, in my opinion, is the only place where you can fall in and you can have someone from any different side of the world and you can communicate. And it's something that the love that's there that the world needs to see. It has to be about the dance, not about personal ego.
Yeah.
But you can have that common ground, and no matter what your differences are, that dance will bring you together. That dance will solve anything. You can be pissed off at the world and dance 3 minutes to a song you love, and your feelings are, oh my God, it make you feel better. You can be having an amazing dance, and it can take away all your fears, all your worries.
Yeah.
Dance was that for me. Dance was my motivation. So I stopped drinking alcohol to be a better dancer, and that motivated me. It took me about a year to get out of Salsa Eddie's beginner level class.
Hey, you got to start somewhere. Hey, I appreciate that.
I still don't have rhythm, but he taught me as much as he could. But I love the scene, man. I love the people. There's some things that I would love to see fixed. It's kind of what we did. Atlanta is a byproduct of what we did in Alabama. And what I did in Alabama was I wanted to change the game. I was tired of going to congresses. My first Congress, I didn't dance. I paid $175 at the Houston Salsa Congress at the door. And that was back in the day when it was at the University of Houston, right?
What year would that be, actually?
2007.
Hey, a lot of people don't even understand what 2007 was like back then.
So I remember I bought a ticket for the weekend, and my teacher was performing on that Saturday night. And so he was like, hey, man, you get a ticket, come out, hang out all weekend. And I kid you not, I must have asked 50 ladies over the whole weekend to dance, and I got 0 yeses.
Wow.
And I wasn't hurt because my family, my salsa family came through and they would dance with me. But my teacher always said, you don't go to congresses to dance with people you dance with on the regular. You go to congresses to dance with someone new to improve your game, to learn new things and improve your game and dance. So I didn't go to another Congress until 2011, and I went to Las Vegas. And Las Vegas was the Congress that I wanted to mimic. I danced all weekend. The people were all chill. The classes were incredible.
Yeah.
It was, and then at the time, Nate and I, we didn't know each other. I was just another consumer.
Oh wow.
And so whatever that. Fast forward, I started dancing on teams with Salsa Eddie.
Yes.
Which I think you're gonna bring it up.
I mean, hey, I'll say this. We may even say that to the last segment, the randoms for that one.
My battery is gonna run out. But no, so fast forward to Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
My job transferred me to Alabama in 2000, at the end of 2011, and I came to an event here, and it was the same thing, man. I was going to these events, and events were all same. It was social,
Yeah.
social,
Yep.
the same artist. I didn't feel like I was growing as a dancer, and I didn't feel like my students, because at the time I became the University of Alabama Huntsville's salsa coach. I was
Oh
teaching
wow.
salsa classes at the university because they didn't have anybody else. And I didn't feel like my students were growing. I was paying all this money to go to these festivals, they weren't growing. And so when a local event happened, and I'm not going to say the name because I don't like to start up drama. I just say
Gotcha.
it was
Totally
it
understand.
it was an event. It was good for the social aspect of it, but the learning and the growth of it, I just didn't see it. So when the promoter of that event asked me my opinion,
Yeah.
and I was honest, he told me, well, if you can do better, do it yourself. Take the risk and invest. And hence started the Rocket City Latin Festival. And from there we grew, and we outgrew Huntsville, man. 4 years after the inception, no hotel wanted to touch us because we were bringing in 1,500 people, and they didn't get a concept of dancing until 6 in the morning, and they didn't get the concept of classes starting at 9 a.m. and going till 5 in the afternoon, and
Oh
it was
man.
nonstop. And so we continue the tradition. It isn't just about bringing dancers that know how to dance. It
Yes.
isn't about the dancers that are the cool kids on the block. You know, I've tried to get those cool kids to come, and I've been burnt in the past, and that's okay. It's a learning lesson. It's business, it's nothing personal. So I don't take it personal. You know, I just do my
Yeah.
business with people, and it is what it is. But my event is focused on the training. My event is the focus of building dancers. My event is to build on the love of making everyone feel like they belong. I'm the type of person that I was 365 pounds when I attended the Houston Salsa Congress.
Mm-hmm.
I had no net, I had no rhythm, and of course, all the girls said no. I would have said no to me. But in Atlanta, you're not going to say no. I don't care if he's 400 pounds and has two left feet, he's in a
Yeah.
wheelchair. If someone wants to dance, that's what we're there for. And it's my job as the promoter to go find people in the dance scene that want to promote that. It's my job to find the people that want to build relationships with these dancers, and not just an hour of class and I don't ever see you again. And that's what Atlanta is to me. Atlanta is not just about another party. Atlanta is not just another event where people come and they're gonna party till 5 in the morning. That's a bonus, but I want classes to mean something. I don't want beginner level classes. People laugh at me and I say, look, I've done the studies, okay? Our beginner level people that are fresh that don't know anything about salsa, we get about 3% of our ticket sales from people like that. The majority of our ticket sales come from people that are beginner intermediate, that have taken at least a month or two of classes, and they want to be challenged. They want to see those people that are dancing on the floor that look amazing.
Yeah.
They dream of being able to feel that. And so it's my obligation to go find artists that will give people an opportunity to live that, even if it's for 3 minutes on the stage, 3 minutes on the dance floor. But for that hour you're taking workshops, I want you to sweat. I want you not to get it. I want you to struggle, because guess what?
Yeah.
When you're struggling in the classroom, when you put it in motion on the dance floor, it's so much easier. And it's growth. I mean, Diamond, you and I live in a
Yeah.
professional world. We have a professional job.
Absolutely.
When I go to a work conference, when I go to a conference in system engineering, I'm not going there just to have a good time. I'm going to learn.
Yeah. Yes.
And I'm in an office, or I'm in a hotel ballroom with looking at slides and looking at data, and I'm struggling. I can't keep up. It's a lot of information.
Yeah.
I'm having to go home and do study and practice. That's how I run ASBF. That was my goal at ASBF. We got to take that social element and start telling people this is an education element, and bring in the unity. I'm tired of seeing people hang around behind a DJ booth
Thank you.
think about, hey, I'm so and so. I won these many world championships. Oh, and by the way, I'm the one that invented this dance. Oh, and by the way, my stuff don't stink. And by the way, I look good in my loafers with no socks. No, get out of here.
You hit the nail on the head.
I want people to say, hey, look at Fernando Sosa. He literally came down from upstairs. He danced for 2 hours, and guess what? He didn't dance once with any of his team members. He didn't dance
Mm.
once with any of the other headliners. Guess what?
What?
Fernando Sosa came down from his hotel room to give 2 hours of his time, because he doesn't have to do it.
Yeah.
But he's the type of person that says, hey, these people paid $150, $200, $250 to get 3 minutes of my time on a social dance floor. And he has a
Mm.
line of 60 women waiting to get 5 or 6 8 counts with him. So, I mean, he knows what he's there for, and he builds on it. And that's why his following is so great. And that's what I want. And then I have some up and coming instructors that always say, hey, give me a chance. I want my platform to be able to say, hey, you have an opportunity to teach here.
Yeah.
You have an opportunity to grow, learn from other instructors, and be part of the event. I mean, there's so many instructors that come through me from Rocket City Latin Festival in Atlanta
Yeah.
that built their names, and I respect that. And I respect what they've done. And it all starts from the bottom. We got to have humility, and grow, and everyone starts somewhere. So I'm all about building. It's the same thing I do with my system engineers. I
Yeah.
get a lot of system engineers that come fresh out of college that have no experience, but they want to do it. Guess what? I can't fire them just because they're not that great. I can't.
Yeah.
My job is to love on them, to help them, give them encouraging words, and grow them as teachers. So they're the next generation of instructors. Not for me, but for the
Yeah.
people that want to grow and learn to be dancers. They're our next. And guess what? I tell all my young instructors, if you come at me saying you're so and so amount of money, and you're coming at the wrong dude, because if you don't have a following, and you're on the bottom floor, and it's time to work. It's the same thing when I graduate. The whole thing about graduating college and say, hey, I've been studying for 20 years, you got to pay me that. No, they don't got to
Yeah.
pay you that. They got to pay you what they think you're worth, that can add value to the company.
Hmm.
That's the same way I feel about dancers. How much value do you add to the company? Because at the end of the day, you can see in that screen, Atlanta is the biggest name at that event. The little names, the headliners, they stand underneath that name to support it, not to build off of it, right?
Mm.
So that's
I
me, bro. That's me in 26 minutes 17 minutes that we've been talking. I've given you what my passion is, what I'm about.
yeah.
Look, I'm not gonna sit here and BS you. I'm a normal person, man. I'm just an average guy. I'm married. I got 3 beautiful kids. I got a beautiful wife. I'm not in this for the money. People say, "Hey, you got look." I was down $85,000 after Rocket City. That's $85,000 in the hole for 4 years of events. Okay, trust me. My day job, I do well. I'm okay. My family lives and vacations off of it. It's not the end of the world. If Atlanta
Yeah.
ends next week, I'm not gonna cry.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I just love to do. This is my passion. Dance is something that I felt like, hey, a fat guy, has an opportunity to dance. I'm a fat guy. I just want to dance. That's all I want. You
Hey,
know,
I sincerely, what I appreciate is your honesty and transparency, because I think too many people get the misconception as an organizer, you have all of this money, you have no worries in the world. But from my experience of knowing organizers, it's usually between 1 to 3 years you're going to know your success rate. And a lot of times they will tell you, we are losing more money than we are gaining, but we are hoping to push this event further and further. And realizing too, I think the biggest difference with you is the humility aspect of saying, like, this is who I am. If this event was not happening the next week, I'm going to be fine, because we realize some organizers, this is their livelihood.
mhm.
And that's the thing, is that I've always been taught you need to have your passion and you need to have the stability. And sometimes when you mix those two together, especially as a dancer, anything can happen.
Yep. And 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 the thing about it is, man, is I have respect for all these dancers and promoters that have been doing it for like. I give you Jose Luis from Orlando.
Yes.
I have so much respect for what he does. His event is on another scale. Everyone says, "Oh, your event's." I said, "My event's nothing like Orlando. My event's nothing like Vegas. My event's nothing like New York. My event's nothing." They're on a different scale. I used to say, "Hey, I just want to be able to sit at the adult table of the salsa world with Atlanta. I don't. I'm in the kiddie table still. And so I don't look at my event. Everyone says, "Oh, my Atlanta's amazing." Atlanta is Atlanta, but we are nowhere close to being on the level of some of the biggest events in the U.S. and the world. Um, it's crazy, but I really, really feel humbled because I like where I'm at, and
Yeah.
I'm hoping for me that people grow. If I die tomorrow, I want people to remember me as a guy that, hey, we built Atlanta based on people that want to belong. We don't segregate. We don't keep people in the corners. We don't have little cliques. For those 3 or 4 days we spend in Atlanta, it's it's about one thing:
Mm.
uniting people together, loving on each other, building on each other, and growing as dancers and growing as human beings. I mean, the world's a cruel place, and I just want to set a friend zone where
Yeah.
no matter your sexual preference, no matter your black, white,
Hmm.
Korean, whatever color you are, in that safe zone in Atlanta at the Marriott Marquis for those 4 days,
Hmm.
Thursday through Monday, you belong. And don't
Yes.
let anybody in that festival make you feel otherwise. If someone makes you feel like you're not good enough to dance with, let me know. Come find me, and it better not be an artist. I promise you that, because I have no shame
I love
and
that.
go. I have no shame in going on stage the next day and doing the shows and be like, "Yo, I heard someone's turning down people to dance. Yo, I heard
Mm,
someone's talking stuff because someone's not as good at dance. Yo, look where we belong." I have no shame, and I wish an
yeah.
artist would tell. I wish an artist tell me, "You can't talk to me that way, man. I'm the one that pays your bills. Come on."
Thank
I
you.
wish
Thank
I wish
you.
an artist would, cause
Hey,
look,
man. Well, I really appreciate that honest factor because you realize when you see me writing these memes, there is truth to that. So a lot of people who get offended, a lot of times are the ones that have been doing it. And
mm-hmm,
like I've tell many people, I've been doing this since '96 when I was 5.
mm-hmm,
So I grew up in this as an adolescent. I grew up in New York going to underground age socials when I was young. I was at New York Congresses backstage seeing people who are older than me. The things that I'm saying are actually fact, but it's the honesty of it that scares people because they don't want to somebody to expose that this is a reality. A lot of times, like you said, you want your artists to socially interact, and I get when I have the other side that tells me they should have the choice. Absolutely, they have
yep.
issues with getting injured. Absolutely, but if you do not socialize at all with the community, how can you expect them to give you the praise for a
Look,
great show?
it's not personal. If someone tells me I don't social there, cool, man. Hey, respect. I loved your show. I love your classes, but you're just not someone I need at my event. Respect. I respect. I'm not forcing you. No one has a gun to your head. Look, I used to tell dancers this. I learned at first you couldn't force dance because I used to tell dancers you gotta go dance. But then
Yeah.
I learned, you know what? I'm not gonna force anyone to dance. I tell them, okay, don't dance, but I want you at least downstairs for 2 hours
Yeah.
and socialize. Go take pictures. Let people buy you drinks. Go over there and talk to people.
At
I'm like,
least.
you don't gotta dance. Hey, go down there. If someone asks you to dance, you know what? I'm not dancing. I'm not feeling well. But I
Mhm.
better not see you on the dance floor dancing with another artist. You know?
That's exactly, and that's what for me I love is that I'm hitting people's honest truth and realizing now you're getting exposed because I'm talking to organizers like you that we all
Look,
see it because you're the organizer, I'm the media, I'm the one filming, and you're noticing, wow, these people just dance with artists or dance with their team. They'll go to the DJ area with their drinks, hang out there. Once a
nope.
camera comes around, oh, now let me be seen. And I
You know
notice
what?
it.
I tell people all the time. I don't care. Every time I see a video of an artist dancing with another artist, I'm sick of it. And I'm sick of this. It doesn't look beautiful to me. You know what looks beautiful? Show me an artist that's dancing with a beginner and making that
Yes.
beginner shine and see
Yes.
them. And you know what? That person, I will pay double because that person is making one of my people feel like that star that they belong. Like they, no one should ever feel like they don't belong. And if that artist can make that person feel like they belong, I don't care what you charge me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make people feel welcome and loved because if you do a small group, that'll grow. That's why we have in church, bro. I don't care if no one shows up to my church service on Sunday. It's about loving on people and
Yes.
having an opportunity for people to come and say, I belong to something. Because if you don't belong to something, you'll belong to anything. And
Mm.
I'd rather be part of something than have to choose anything. And that's what Atlanta means to me. Atlanta is a beautiful community. I love the community of Atlanta. Atlanta is one of the softest cities. Everyone thinks Atlanta's hard, dirty South. Atlanta's a soft community, a caring community, a community that comes together. It's a South. You know how the South is. It's Southern hospitality. I mean, that's what I love about that's what separates Atlanta from, I think, other cities. Like, I've been to LA Congress, Vegas Congress, all these congresses, but that Southern hospitality where, guess what? If your shoes are broke, I guarantee someone from the South will get you some shoes from G. Franco or somebody.
That's love.
They just love the fact that you included them. I guarantee you, if your shirt's so sweaty and you feel disgusted, someone will run and get you another shirt because they feel like, hey, this guy is part of us. They want to just help. And that's my goal, man. That's my purpose. My purpose was put on this life not to be a headliner. I've tried that route. I've tried to be a great dancer and I suck at it. I'm honest with myself. But you know what? I am a great person in my opinion. I am a person that cares about other people, and I am a person that sees goals for others, and I want them to be the best they can be. It's just who I am, and as long as I'm running Atlanta, that's what we're gonna do. That is my goal. My goal isn't about having 10,000 people in Atlanta. I'd rather have 500 people, but everyone's together and loving each other and making everyone feel included, than have 10,000 people that feel like they're on top of the world and they're just better than everybody. Or having artists dance with each other behind a DJ booth. Or having artists to go have dinner. Everyone else is eating together and they're over there on the side by themselves because they're too cool to hang out with the nerds. Like I said, I wasn't a cool kid growing up. I'm not a cool kid now. But I try to have everyone sit at my table because everyone has a seat at my table, always.
Oh, man.
I don't care where you are.
I love that. And for me, too, as well, I have to be totally honest. That's why, for me, I'm the media director at the Dallas Bachata Festival. And for me, the difference is I make the artist and the consumer feel special. Because, like you said, I am disclaimer for people who don't know what I mean. Listen, I will showcase the artist. I get it. But I'm more focused on that grandma, that aunt, that dad, that sister that came to see their family member and making them feel special. Because again, like you said, you're paying almost for full passes, 150 to 250 sometimes. And nothing is worse than you can't find one photo of you, one little clip of you. And for me, I always been a proponent of, hey, everyone's equal because remember, those pros were also beginners. No one came out as a professional. We honestly, I love the honesty in you because a lot of organizers do succumb to artists because, again, those are the headliners, but they don't realize which headliners are you bringing in. Are they going to be comfortable and are they going to match with your event?
Come to Atlanta, bro. Ask anyone who's been to Atlanta and they see me. One of the things that they'll see is I'm never in a hotel room. I'm never drinking. I'm always in sweats, tennis shoes, and a t-shirt working on something in the hotel. It's either a floor, a sound, it's a camera, it's behind the scenes, I'm working backstage, but you'll never see me in a room drinking and partying because to me, I'm not there to party. I'm there to work to give someone that opportunity to party. And I see a lot of promoters, they take that for granted, man. They take the fact that, oh, they got this beautiful hotel. Oh, they got 10,000 people at their event. And where are those? They're in a hotel room drinking and partying with the headliners. Why? Why did you go through all year of planning so you can spend all night in a hotel room?
Thank you.
I just don't get it. I mean, and when you see me walking through, because I usually sleep 2 hours a day. For those 4 nights, I get 2 hours of sleep. Those 2 hours is at the end of the last show. I run to my room, I get in my bed, and I sleep till 12:30. And I'm downstairs again at like 12:45. I'm downstairs watching. But I'm not social dancing. I'm not hanging out with the artist. I'm literally walking around seeing who's sitting down.
Yes.
And whose hand do I have to grab to go bring them to dance with that person sitting down? Because no one in my event should feel like they don't belong. And that's what I work to every night. That is my goal every night, is that everyone gets a dance. And you may not get to dance with the dancers you want. That's fair. But I'm going to try to find you dancers that you can dance with and that you'll get up and you can enjoy with. I always get a lot of emails before the event. Said, Eric, I want to come to the event, but none of my friends want to go. If you know someone that can room wait, yeah, hold on a second. Oh, and I say, hey, I'm got no room, but tell you what, if you show up to the festival, I'll make sure you hang out with the right people
That's true.
and get them where they're with the right crowd and they're involved and they're having a good time. We had this Navy guy, Navy officer from the
Yeah.
Naval Academy, call me one time, and he says, "Hey, Eric, I got a couple of people want to go to your event, but they can't afford it, so it's just gonna be me." I said, "Bro,
Yeah.
I just give them a free pass. You're in the Naval Academy, bro. Y'all come in free." And
Man.
so he said, "Well, it's just gonna be me now." I said, "Cool, bro." He didn't know him. I literally gave him the keys to my car. I said, "Hey, bro, go get what you need. You need food. Go get you what you need." And
Wow.
I told him, I said, "Look, these are the people you need to hang out with. These are the people. Go have a good time. If you have any issues, let me know." Straight up. My goal, my objective as a promoter isn't to promote me. My
Yeah.
objective is to promote you. And I'm not
Yeah.
promoting the dancers that are professionals. I'm promoting the dancers that are paying me so they can
Yes.
have those 3 minutes of feeling amazing. And that's my objective. That's my objective as being a promoter. That is what my vision of being a promoter for a dance festival is. And my team, Mike, DJ Mike Arana, the perfect team member for that. He
Mm.
is probably uh, besides me, he's the A word, the A-hole for a person to call people out as well. But
Yes.
after me, Mike's after, and then Tad. If without Tad, bro, my event doesn't happen. Tad is my organizer. He's the one. He's my lawyer, my accountant.
Mm.
He's the one that keeps me in check. Man, he is the man. And then Gabriella, our beautiful hotel, how everything is organized, like the times. She's the one.
Yes.
My team, 100% is there to work. You won't find us partying, and that is why we've been successful. I kid you not. My team is dedicated to one thing: to get you to Atlanta, and if you show up, to get you dancing and to make you feel like you belong. Point
Man.
blank. I can't
That
repeat it. I can't say it no more, man. Let's move
that's truly
on.
that's special because to be honest with you, I can say this throughout talking to you right now. The one word that resonates with me with you is genuine. And that's something that lacks sometimes because when people have successful events, whether they're organizers, promoters, what have you, that ego gets there. And I've seen it. And but the talking to you, the hospitality aspect, the genuineness, the organicness is something I truly appreciate. And I hope, again, organizers and promoters take heed and learn from people like you because, again, your focus, and I love, was that you always are speaking of the community rather than you. And I can hear that through the conversation. And that right there means a lot because, again, as we grow and grow, even through COVID, our dance scene is totally different, in my
Mhm.
opinion, than it was 2 years ago. The same people we knew are no longer around or in new phases of their life. But I really appreciate that you have an event again that caters not just to the artist, but to the community. And that's something I want to see more of. But I think now it helps us transition to our last segment called the randoms, which will be very interesting because, as I've told you, I've done some research on you. So
Man,
we're going to
I
see right
I need
now.
I need another glass of water for this one. It's getting hot.
Don't worry, it won't be too bad. I might throw a bonus question, but I'm going to give you the first question and let's see what your answer is. The first one is describe yourself in one word.
Blessed.
Can definitely can't take that away. All right, this next one should definitely be interesting, maybe controversial. We know that you've had time, of course, in Alabama, and you've also had time in Atlanta. So whose barbecue is better?
Bama.
Oh, I mean, roll
Hey,
tide.
hey, wait. And I say that because all the cooking that I do, if you see me on Facebook, you know I cook a lot. I
Yes.
smoke a lot.
Yeah.
So I smoke in Alabama. So all my smoking is in Alabama. If I lived in Atlanta, it'd probably be Atlanta. But since I live in Alabama, the best barbecue is in Alabama.
Hey, definitely can't knock that. All right, this next question should be interesting. So, if you aren't dancing, if you aren't in that scene and you're totally away from the dancing right now, what are you doing?
I'm coaching my son in football. I'm at my daughter's volleyball game. I'm delivering cakes for my wife's business. I'm uh, I'm doing something with my kids or my family. That's my priority. Outside of my wife supports my passion, and the reason I've gotten to where I have gotten is because of her. So when I'm not doing dancing or anything like that, my time is her time. So whatever she wants to do, it's her time.
Hey, I love that. All right, this next question should be very interesting. We're gonna take it all the way back to 2010 and tell us what is bacha rengue right now.
So the salsa scene in Houston has been around for a long time. It's it was salsa, salsa, salsa. If you want to catch bachata, you got two bachatas in between the salsa
Yes, back in the yes.
So
So,
so Salsa Eddie, he had this crazy idea to do an event, and he called it bacharengue, where it was strictly bachata and merengue.
Mm.
And he did an actual routine, and
Mm.
he was like, "Hey Eric, you want to do something crazy?" And I was like, "You know I'm not scared, but I'm gonna look bad." And he's like, "You're gonna look bad, but it's never been done before. Let's do it."
Yeah.
And he did this crazy routine, and I loved it. And to this day, it's probably one of my favorite routines, and it's probably one of my favorite events I've ever been to. Very outside the box. I owe a lot of my vision of events to sitting down with Salsa Eddie till 7 in the morning, thinking about the perfect event. And even though he stopped doing events, I would say he is kind of has in the back of my head, he put the file cabinet worth of
Ooh.
ideas of doing events.
Okay. I like that. I like that. All right. This next question should be interesting. I've done some of my research, so hopefully this is in the right direction. Can you tell me the mascot for Bob Jones High School?
A patriot, baby. Once a
All
patriot,
right.
always a patriot. All state football, all state track and field. Baby, I was the only Mexican in my high school. Trust me.
Hey, I had to take it back there. I had to see if you remembered.
Hey, I'm a Hall of Famer too. They put me in the Hall of Fame in
Wow.
2017 in the Bob Jones Hall of Fame. So I'm
See,
very blessed.
I think we lost Eric for one moment. We're gonna definitely get him back. I see Ray here is laughing right now. That's interesting. Guys, again, this is a great interview we're having with the one and only Erick Ordonez from the Atlanta Salsa Bachata Festival. I really appreciate everyone that's been timing in. Again, guys, definitely leave your comments. We will be showing them as we speak. Right now, just checking in, making sure everything is good. So give us one moment. All right. All right.
Sorry, man. I'm over
Nah,
here. Bad service. I'm in Alabama, bro.
it's
The
all
country
good.
with internet service.
No, man, it's all good. It's all good. All right. Our next question is if you can go to one planet right now, where would it be?
Probably Mars. The
Mm.
Martian. I literally want. I would love to one day say I taught the first astronauts how to dance bachata on a planet.
Hey, I think that's beautiful right there. That's an
We're
amazing.
going back to the moon in 2025. We're going back to the moon. We're sending the first woman and the next man to the moon in
Wow.
2025. And I submitted a proposal to NASA to teach astronauts how to dance. And so one of the exercises were they were going to dance and film it on the moon, a bachata. And it got
Wow.
all the way up to the selection officials in DC,
Yeah.
and they said no, that
Uh,
it wasn't enough scientific, and the government wasn't going to spend billions of dollars to go to the moon so someone can dance.
hey, I mean,
Aren't we supposed to be supporting the arts? What's going on here?
you know how it is with government and arts. The art programs are first to go. But I definitely love that answer, Mars. All right, so of course you do most of your business in Atlanta, of course, but of course you're originally from Alabama. But if you had a friend that came to Atlanta, what would be the favorite place you take them to eat?
Gus's. You like
Gus's
fried
fried
chicken?
chicken.
You better get you some Gus's fried chicken because Atlanta is popping. That chicken is to die for, man. Every time I go to Atlanta, I always sneak a couple pieces back to my hotel, and my wife and my kids get it before I can get it. I can never keep it. I'm always telling one of the volunteers, hey man, here's a $20 bill. Go give me some Gus's. And by the time it gets back to me, my wife and kids already took it. So Gus's chicken is probably
Man.
one of my favorites. There's also a bar called Prohibition in Atlanta
Mm-hmm.
where people going for we're going to Great Gatsby, Roaring
Yes.
20s on Saturday. I would highly go to Prohibition right before coming to ASBF. It's like a speakeasy. They
Yeah.
got good food. They got great drinks. Highly recommend it. And it's a
Okay.
5-minute walk from the hotel.
All right. All right. All right. Our next question here should take it more to a sports realm. And what is your favorite football team
Oh,
right now?
damn, Jose Maldonado in Philly is gonna be mad, but Dallas Cowboys, baby.
Uh,
Cowboys,
them damn Cowboys.
I bet you saw the post with me and Jose going at it. I know.
Yeah. Oh my! I mean, hey, they are as they called them America's team, but them playoffs, man. It's a
I
trip.
was born a Cowboy, bro. I literally came out. My first pajama was a Dallas Cowboy star. Okay, so
Hey,
I was birthed into the Cowboys.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. But all right, next one here should deal with dance. So it's the last song of the night, and you can only take one person to dance with. Who is that person?
My wife.
Good answer.
I
That was
always tell my wife will always be the first song of the night and the last song of the night, and we'll dance in between. But I wouldn't be where I'm at today if it wasn't for my wife. So my wife
Mm,
always gets the respect of getting the first song from me every night. And
man.
then the last memory I always want, if something was to happen, if something was, God forbid, I want my wife to remember the last song of the night that we
Mm.
spent, whatever it is. So to me, family's everything. But my wife, I'm not where I am today if it's not for my wife.
Hey, I definitely appreciate that as well. All right, our last question now should be a lot
And
more
please give
interesting.
a shout out to my wife real quick. Veneranda Ordonez, Veneranda Cake Art. If y'all love art, check out her art page. Go Veneranda Cake Art. Uh,
Mm,
she does the craziest cakes, and it's an amazing thing to see. She has about 500 cakes that she's designed and created. So y'all support my wife, like give her likes, and like I said, I love you, mi vida. Thank you. Like I said, I'm not here today doing what I'm doing if it's not for her.
mm. Love that support and appreciation. And now it brings us to our last question. And I think you kind of touched on it, but it'd be love to hear more is when you're in a new phase in your life, Eric, how would you like to be remembered?
I want to be remembered as someone who cared.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be remembered as someone who didn't think about himself, but thought about the people around him.
Yeah.
Like I said, I always tell people money comes and goes. To me, money is not important.
Yeah.
To me, where I am in society is not important. Whether you like me or not, that's not important. But what is important, whether you don't like me, is that you know that I do whatever I can to support who's
Mm-hmm.
around me. If I can give you my shirt because you need it, you're in really dire need, I'll give it to you. You're more important. If I'm well off, then you get what I have because I don't need it. I'd rather be the person that helps where I can than someone who takes. I'm definitely a giver, and I truly believe that if this world gave a little bit more,
Yeah.
we'd be in a better place.
Absolutely. And I think to be honest, understanding, your influence in the scene, but really the contributions you've been giving over the years are truly valued and appreciated. And I thank you for doing this segment. And then now it helps us transition to our conclusion. And honestly, from start to finish, I've appreciated all the gems you've been throwing at us, but really truthfully, your honesty, because I think a lot of times in the world that we're in, it's a lot of superficialness at times. So it's really refreshing to see truly genuine people like yourself who are organizers and a part of the community. And I really want to thank you so much for being on because, again, you're a busy man, but being able to promote your event as well means a lot because I see you doing it with the right intentions and I love it. But at least before we go, I would love to know if you had any last few words for myself in the audience and some last promotional tools for this February's event.
What's that? Then again, I could hardly hear you.
Oh, sorry. No, I was saying if you had any last few words for myself in the audience, but info on the event coming up later this month.
One thing about it, say guys, is I'm not gonna push. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you my event's better than the event. There's a lot of great events out there right now. I tell you, support an event. If you can't make it to Atlanta, Viva Bachata next week. There's BIG in Orlando next week. The same weekend as my weekend, you have Sensual Movement 6-year anniversary in Orlando as well. Bachata Daniel and Desiree. Guys, I'm not the only event. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm the best event. I'll never do it. I'm not that person. But I'll tell you, if you don't come to Atlanta, there's a lot of great events. Support your dancers, support your promoters. If you come to Atlanta, please come say hi to me, shake my hand, take a picture with me, put it on Facebook, tag me, because that to me is important, the connection we get. So you can still get tickets. If you want discounted tickets, talk to your affiliates. The hotel sold out, so tonight was the last day. I think we sold out our last room. But guys, if you want to come. If you don't, go support somebody. Go have fun, dance somewhere. I love Island Touch's thing where they would say, touch the world.
Yeah.
Do that. Go touch the world. Go touch and be supportive of something. Like I said, I'd rather you be supportive of something than anything. So, that's all I can say, man. Go support the events. A lot of great events coming up. You got Baltimore, Orlando coming up in July, Vegas. I'll be at those events. Like I said, for me, it's not just about Atlanta, because Atlanta is just one event. There's a lot of events that do great things. Support those events, and hopefully we see you in Atlanta. If not, I'm definitely sure we'll see you somewhere. Save me a dance if you're at another event. I probably won't dance a lot in Atlanta, but if you see me, please come say hi, shake my hand, give me a hug, a distant hug, because my wife probably get jealous and kill me. Give me a distant hug. But come say hi. Don't be a stranger, because Atlanta's not about strangers. And come see me in church. I definitely will be in church on Sunday morning at 10 a.m.
Yes.
Our pastor Carlos will be there. It's not going to be one of those dress up things. It's contemporary, lots of music, lots of fun, loud. And remember that the theme is flow. Are you keeping the flow? Or are you starting the flow? You keep the flow with Jesus? Or are you going to start the flow with Jesus? Plain and simple.
Man, that is special. And Erick, again, I thank you so much for your time.
This
has been an amazing episode, 187, because you've been killing them with kindness, but killing them with the realness as well. But, I appreciate your time. Everyone who's tuned in, thank you. Anyone that's commenting, keep flooding them in. Guys, again, end of this month, February 24th to the 28th. Definitely check out the Atlanta Salsa Bachata Festival. Hey, guys, feel a part of the community because they want you there. And guys, thank you for tuning in. It's been a great episode. We will see you tomorrow with Ishmael Otero. We're getting real. There's going to be some honest questions, and we're going to get some honest answers. Thank you guys for tuning in.